Today we're going to make a lemon tart that is not baked. It's going to be a lemon curd. And well, here we go. Simple ingredients: butter cut into pieces, caster sugar, egg and plain flour. And for the curd I'm using fresh lemon juice, unsalted butter, caster sugar, whole eggs and gelatin to give you that shine and set. So I'm going to cut my butter up into small squares so that it's easy for us to actually mix with the sugar and the flour. We've got our butter. I've put it in the mixer, and I've got my sugar. Let's turn our mixer on. So I'm using a flat paddle. Don't use a dough hook. I've got on a low speed. The butter is now slightly soft and the sugar's incorporated. I'll turn it off. I'm going to break my egg. I'm going to put my egg in. Again on one. You can see now that the egg has gone through. I'm going to stop it again. I'm going to take my flour and I'm going to slowly add it on a low speed. Okay. You can see it's got a nice dough now. Okay, so we've got our dough out of the mixer. You can see that it's not fully formed, which is great, which is exactly what we need. Okay. So you push it down with the heel of your pan to give it a square shape. Okay. Now at this stage I've got no flour on the bench. Okay. So I'm going to grab I've got some baker's flour and I'm going to give it a light sprinkle. Not much because we don't want to add too much flour to our dough now. Okay. Okay. So my rolling pin. I'm going to use the weight of my body to roll the dough out. So roll both ways. So start in the middle and go to the top and then middle down to the bottom. Okay. So try and keep it square. It's just easier to roll out if you do. I'm going to pop it into some baking paper. So we're going to bring our pastry back now from the fridge. I'm going to grab a little bit of flour. We're going to grab a pastry tin and a brush, and we're going to lightly give it an oil. Now make sure you get into all the sides of the tin. I'm using a tin that can actually have its base removed, which is much easier to take out. And then I've got the same thing. So remembering what I need to do now is I need to roll out my pastry. So it's about 3mm thick. Okay, I've got that nice square still. So start from the middle, roll out, start from the middle, roll back, start from the middle, roll to the side, and start from the middle and roll the side. And it's nice and even. So I'll get my pastry, my brush roller, roll it up and pop it on. Okay. Make sure now that you bring it right in so you don't actually lose too much of the pastry integrity. So this is where it's really important to use your thumb, this part of your thumb, to actually bring the pastry in at the side. And bring it all the way now. Use the other part of your thumb here to go all the way along to push it into the flutes. So you get a brush, either use your rolling pin or you can get a knife, and then we're actually going to cut the pastry off so that you get a nice even top. So now we're going to mark it. I don't want any shrinkage, you can see. Okay, we're going to add the sugar and lemon juice together. Okay, give a bit of a stir. Okay, so we've got 5 eggs. Now I've got butter, cold water, 2 gelatin leaves, okay? So I'm using gold gelatin. You really need to have the gelatin to give it a nice shine. If you don't want to use gelatin, that's okay, it'll still set. But it's just more about the fact this actually gives it the shine, that's the secret. So I'm going to cut up my 4 grams, which is 2 sheets of gelatin. I've just cut them into small pieces, okay? And then I'm going to pop them into my cold water. So I've got the egg, sugar and lemon juice over the bain-marie. It's on a medium heat. It's very important to make sure that the bowl doesn't go near the flame. Okay? And what we're doing now is we're going to reach about 72 degrees. It has to be under 80. Top of it, there's some curded. So this is about ready now. Okay, you can see that it's starting to thicken up. Okay, now I turn it right down and let's have a look at it. I'm going to actually take it off the water, and you can see now it's got a nice consistency. It's thick, it's like a curd, and I'm going to add a little bit of butter at a time. Okay, I've got butters cut into little cubes, and that actually is what gives it the shine. So you can see it's got a little bit of glisten to it, which is perfect. And so now it's still warm enough, so we don't need to warm up the gelatin. So we take it out of our water bath. Squeeze it, we don't want any water in it, and then we pop it in, okay, and then mix it through. So this will actually give you a really beautiful shine. So this naturally has no dairy in it, no cream. It has got butter in it, so if you can't have butter, you can replace it with margarine. Now, to ensure that we don't have any lumps, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it through my sieve. This ensures that I've got nice and smooth, just in case that I've overcooked the eggs, which can always happen, but you try really hard to try not to do that. So as soon as you can see that it's starting to thicken, the sound changes in your whisk at the side of the bowl, okay? So it doesn't need to be very thick, it just needs to have some thickening, and that's usually probably about 76 degrees. So if you've got a thermometer, you can use that. But you don't need to be as accurate as that. So now it's time to take the tart out of the oven. Okay, got our tart here. It's been nicely baked. You can see you don't need to put any weights in. We've made sure that we've got the creases right at the side, and now we can actually add our curd, and this can go into the fridge ready to be eaten. So we've let our lemon curd tart cool completely in the tin, and then it's very easy to take out. So I put my hand underneath. You can put a glass underneath if you prefer. So it's nice and easy to handle now. Okay, so you can just run your spatula just around here, around the base, just to make sure that it's all working really well and that nothing's going to end up impinging it from coming from the bottom. Okay, and we'll just move it away. So you can see it's really, really, really easy. Okay, just slide it out. So we're now going to cut a nice piece up really nicely. Perfect.